Another tight basketball game that the Raptors come out on the wrong side of as they lose 105-100 to the Los Angeles Clippers there at Staples Center, as the Raptors now fall to 27-39 on the season, and any sort of playoff hopes that any Raptor fans have are getting slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. And then it's kind of a make it or break it game on Thursday against the Wizards. You lose that, it might even be mathematically, I don't know at this point. But let's break down this ball game against the Clippers. There were a lot of great things, and then there are things you want to pull your hair out. Let's break this puppy down. First quarter, Raptors play pretty well. They start out strong. They're making shots. They're playing half decent defensively. You're up 30-26 after one. All right, a good start. Second quarter, your offense kind of slows down, but your defense is still consistent. You only allow 48 points in the first half. A big-time first half defensively for the Toronto Raptors. They score 24 in that second quarter, and you're up by 6 at halftime. Question is, how are you going to come out of the break? Are you going to come out strong? We'll have to see. Now, late in that third quarter, the Raptors were down by, I think it was down by 6, and it was ugly. They had a -10 quarter going on, and then Jalen Harris, the second-round pick of the Toronto Raptors, made a big-time shot there late in the third quarter to tie the game at 82. And yes, you're -6 in the quarter, 34-28 in favor of the Clippers in that quarter, and you're tied at 82 going into the fourth. By the way, before we talk about the fourth quarter, Jalen Harris had a big night tonight, a career night for the young fella. And speaking of young fella, congratulations to Malachi Flynn, who got named Rookie of the Month. I think it was Eastern Conference Rookie of the Month. So a great job for him, averaged over 12 a night, looks great. He's been looking fantastic since getting more playing time. So a great job for Malachi. And did the Raptors just find another diamond in the rough in the latter half of the draft? We'll have to see, but a very good start for the young fella. And the second round pick, Jalen Harris, dropping double digits today. Those are great things to talk about. But in the end, in the fourth quarter, the Raptors can't make shots. It has been a reoccurring theme over the last little while for the Toronto Raptors that offensively in the fourth quarter, they just can't get anything done. They score a total of 18. They only allow 23, but the problem was you were tied going in. And to hold a team like the Los Angeles Clippers with Kawhi Leonard, with Morris the way he was shooting tonight, and Paul George, good luck holding that team to under 18 points. You're not going to do that. You got to make buckets. Now, I don't know if you guys have the same feeling that I do, but I felt a lot in the latter half of the fourth quarter, the ball was sticking. They weren't moving the ball. More specifically, Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam. Look, did those guys drop a ton tonight? 27 for Fred, 24 for Pascal? Yeah. And Pascal shot 10 for 24 and Fred 10 for 23. But at one point in the fourth quarter, Fred was shooting 10 for 20. Tells me he missed his last 3 shot attempts. Pascal was shooting up near 50%. He ended up 10 for 24. So those guys struggled down the stretch. Everyone's going to harp on Pascal, but both guys did not make shots down the stretch. There's a play late in this game, especially for Fred, coming off a screen early in the shot clock, taking a contested 3, and I'm like, why are you doing this? Move the ball around. Because they come down the other way, moving around a little bit. Paul George, wide open tray, knocks it down. And I'm thinking that's what you're supposed to do. Get a wide open look. Remember when Pascal stole it from Kawhi Leonard? Kevin Burch and Yuta Watanabe are booking it to the basket. He's got, a couple guys back. But these guys, you pass it off to the wing, and Kevin Burch takes it hard to the tin. You're okay, but Pascal takes it himself, and Paul George, being the smart defender that he is, takes the charge. Whether he was leaning or not, doesn't matter. It was called a charge, and that's really all that matters. You get in tight, you kick the ball at Burch, he goes up strong. Either you get a foul or you get 2 points. You know, I doubt they'd be able to stop the freight train coming down like that in Kevin Burch, the way he was playing today. Or even Utah, for that matter. I understand, I'd much rather Pascal than those two guys take those shots. But in that situation, the way he was playing down, you want to get a better look. You want to get a better chance of getting your couple points. And you look, Pascal does that quite often, where he gets very aggressive, going straight down the lane to the tin. Then he kind of loses sight of the guys of the defenders in front of him, and he doesn't pass the ball to anybody on the wings beside him. So there were a couple plays late in this game where I'm like, these guys are just trying to play hero right now. Stop it. Move the ball. And they didn't. And I don't blame those guys for the loss because I think it was a team effort there in the fourth quarter. The fact that they couldn't make wide open shots. They couldn't make shots, period, in that fourth quarter. And you lost by 5. And look, Raptor fans, you got to realize the weird adversity this team has dealt with all season long. Not only have they not played in Toronto, the injuries have been off the charts crazy, especially over the last little while. No Kyle Lowry today after dropping 37, or was it 39? Either 39 or 30. I know Pascal or Lowry had 39 and 37 in that game against the Lakers. You don't have Kyle today. You still don't have OG. You got no Chris Boucher. You're losing a lot of guys right now. And the fact that you lost by 5 to the Clippers, you gave a really good run there to the Denver Nuggets. Look, you gave a really good run to the Brooklyn Nets in Brooklyn. This Raptor team is not as far away, I think, as we all think they are. The addition of Khem Birch, I think, really has improved this team a ton, and Freddie Gillespie off the bench. The holes aren't as big as they were with Aaron Baines and Alex Len to start the season at the 5. It's blatantly obvious. So get this team back home next year, and add some things in the offseason. You're going to get a good draft pick. You're basically guaranteed a top 10 pick. So go out there, draft a guy to make an impact, and see what happens. This season's a wash. Everyone's in Tank Nation. But Raptor fans, let me talk to you this real quick. If I'm not mistaken, I think I mentioned this in another video, there's one team behind you that they can maybe jump you. But other than that, there's Tank Nation, you can lose all your games. No one else below them are going to catch you. So the odds of Tank Nation, it's there's 1 or 2 teams you're really fighting with for those worst, as bad as it can get. So really, that's why I'm cheering for this team every night, because I'm look, you can't catch the Wizards. They're only a couple spots above you, and the teams that are below you, there's only 1 team that you can catch. So really, it's not that big a deal. You're kind of set where you are. You're going to pick I want to say 8 to 10 in that range somewhere. I don't know. I haven't looked exactly at the numbers and where they're sitting and whatnot, but it's in and around there. So I'm totally fine with where they're at. I like the effort that they're showing every single night. Sorry, guys. A little bit of maintenance. They're showing a lot of effort. Tonight, you know what? As much as they lost this basketball game and the fourth quarter woes continue for this team, you got to give this team the credit for the amount of effort they put out there today. It was pretty exciting right from the get-go. Now, let's talk about my 3 keys to the game as usual. Raptors shoot 40, I can't even read my own writing. I think it's 46% from the field, only 34% from three-point range. You don't shoot the 3 very well unless you're Jalen Harris, who shot 3 of 3. Only 62% from the line. They only got there 13 times. They knocked down 8. You missed 5 free throws. Those are big. I mean, obviously, that's a difference maker in the ballgame today. You lost by 5. You got to make those free shots. And they did today. They were 52% from the field, 44% from 3, 92% from the line. They made a lot of their chances count. And they made you pay quite often when you gave them wide open looks. Raptors were -5 on the glass today, +3 on the offensive glass. And a big number that I wanted to bring up today was points in the paint. Raptors were plus. See, this is the crazy thing I'm talking about, right? They had 52 points in the paint. They were +12, yet they only had 13 free throw attempts. How that's possible, I don't understand it. Anyways, let's get to some specific players and talk about who did what. I apologize once again. I don't know where the runny nose is coming from. I'm not sick at all. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm getting a little choked up from this Raptor game today because it was a little bit of an emotional one watching Serge out there with his former teammates. But anyways, Khem Birch, as I've said, has been a revelation, has been fantastic for this team. 13 points, 8 boards, shot 6 of 10 from the field. For me, Khem Birch does miss a lot of bunnies in the inside, and for me, if I'm saying keep him around definitely for next season, and put in the work in the paint. Put in the work. Contested jumpers, mid-range, even close-range shots. Get inside the 10. All the stuff around the bucket and about 5-10 feet out, you got to be able to knock that stuff down. I saw a couple, little corner jump shots, mid-range, and he wasn't making them. Those are shots that should be knocked down. Now, did have a great game, 13 and 8. He's been fantastic since coming over here. Lots of great things to come for Khem Birch, but a really good start for him. Just some things to work on moving forward. And Fred VanVleet, as I mentioned, look, as much as I talk garbage about them in the latter half of the game, Fred had 27 points, 2 boards, 13 dimes, shot 10 of 13. However, did shoot 5 of 14 from three-point range. Had 2 steals and a block in the game, but 5 of 14. Kind of ugly. And Pascal Siakam, 24, 7, and 2. looks like great numbers, 10 for 24, but he was 1 of 5 from three-point range. Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam combined for 6 for 19. I don't know where. I got to turn the taps off here. I don't know what's going on here, fellas. But a couple other guys I wanted to bring up. There wasn't a whole lot. What was it? Watanabe didn't do a whole lot offensively. Stanley Johnson didn't give you a whole lot. But my boy Freddie Gillespie, who got his 2-year contract, looked pretty good today. I thought he was 7 points, 4 boards, one dime, shot 3 of 4 from the field, and that had that nasty put-back left-handed slam. So a good night in the office there for Freddie Gillespie off the bench. Had one block and 1 steal as well. So a good job for him. And you can't forget Jalen Harris. And this is where we're going to kind of wrap this thing up. The young kid, second-round pick, has barely got any playing time for this team this year. Obviously, is getting overshadowed by Malachi Flynn. Malachi put up monster numbers in the G League. Jalen Harris put up good numbers, but Malachi that much better. And obviously Malachi's just won Rookie of the Month in the Eastern Conference. He's been getting a lot more run than Jalen Harris. But a game like this for that young kid, we all knew coming into the draft. If you go back to my draft video, I said Jalen Harris can shoot the ball. The question is, how is he going to give you effort on the defensive end? And that was always going to be the question mark with him. And the ability to shoot the ball was never a question. And you saw that today. 11 points, 1 board, 1 dime. Shot 4 of 4 from the field. It was 3 of 3 from three-point range. So a heck of a game for Jalen Harris. First double-digit performance in the NBA. And a much-deserved solid performance from him tonight. So way to go. Maybe it's a sign of things to come for him and Malachi Flynn in the near future. Who knows? You could have Fred VanVleet. Freddie's going to be your starter, and who knows, you could have, a nice bench unit of Jalen Harris and Malachi Flynn for the near future. I don't know. It's just something to look forward to maybe, all right? So Raptor fans, as I mentioned earlier, the next game for the Raptors is on Thursday night against the Washington Wizards at Amalie Arena. It's a 7:30 tip-off there. As I mentioned, if the Raptors have any hope of making this play-in, which clearly LeBron isn't a fan of, which I think is hilarious. Now that he's kind of hovering around there, he's like, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. And it's hilarious because when you're in the number 1 seed, it's okay. Yeah, sure, why not? Moment you're in that spot, you're like, no, it's terrible. It's terrible. I don't like it. It's funny. But anyways, if they even have a hope, they got to play the Wizards on Thursday night. That's the team that has that spot, even though I think it's slim to none. The Raptors make the playoffs at this point because the Wizards are 4 or 5 games under 500. The Raptors are 12. That's a big difference with not many games left in the season. Now, and if you lose that game, as I mentioned, it might be mathematically, it's pretty sad. But it is what it is. The season's been weird and it's been crazy. And hey, you could get a good draft pick out of it. That's really all that matters at this point in time in the season. Competitive basketball. Sure, if you want to win a couple ball games here and there, I'll take it any day. But in the end, a good draft pick is what we want at this point in time. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and did not enjoy the game today for Raptor, if you enjoyed the game because it was a fun one to watch, but don't like the result as a Raptor fan, but if you're a Clippers fan, love the game, love everything about it, smack that like button to appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below. Thoughts on the video. Your thoughts on the game. What'd you like, what'd you not like from today's game for the Toronto Raptors? All right. Twitter's down below for myself, guys, so follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. Also, the Instagram link is down below, so follow up there if you have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Leafs edition, on Thursday as they take on the Montreal Canadiens, looking to bounce back after the tough loss there a night ago in overtime to the Habs. As for the Blue Jays, they play Game 3 of the 4-game set against the Oakland A's tomorrow night, 9:40 first pitch at the Coliseum. Chris Bassett on the mound for the A's, and Robbie Ray gets the ball for the Blue Jays. And as for the Raptors, finally, 7:30 tip-off there against the Washington Wizards on Thursday night as they look to put a competitive ball game together. Where they win or lose, it is what it is. I want to see some competitive basketball and some hard-nosed, just some hard-nosed plays night in, night out from this team. We saw it today. Unfortunately, it was a loss. Let's see what happens on Thursday, all right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you guys then.